on to my commitment too.
Jack Ressler thrives for competition.
Hands-wise, he's right there with Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He's a great leader. The way he's pushing, you never had to coach his effort.
Jack's going to give you a D1 rep every play. Whatever college he goes to, he's going to help the team. He's going to put himself in position to get drafted in the NFL.
My wife early on said there was something special with Jack in football. He was a little kid, probably 5 or 6 years old at that point.
And I always slept with a football. It might sound weird to some people, but I always had to be close to one, and that was my true love.
I took him to the first practice. I was just trying to wear him out, really. He was fire, like ready to unleash a lion, but as a child.
I met Jack when he was 11 years old. I started throwing the ball to him, playing catch, snag after snag after snag after snag, and the kid did not drop the ball. Speaking with Don and Ginger, your son is gifted. He has a future in it.
That's what opened up our eyes to think that he could really, go far in the sport.
The first time I saw Jack, I was at a Super Bowl for the Inland Empire Ducks at the time, and they were playing some team from Cerritos. So I was in the stands going down and telling them, like, you got a double 88, you got to take that guy out of the game, he's killing you guys. He just beat him single-handedly.
What stood out for Jack was his burst. He was a touchdown waiting to happen. That connection from Nico to Jack, it was a good sight to see. Jack would come in and kick for us. Jack had a leg. He could be a field goal kicker. So he carried us basically in that Super Bowl. He scored 3 touchdowns. We had a great comeback in the second half. We eventually won it all with the White Mamba. White Mamba was born.
He scored every point in that game. He scored the touchdowns as well as the extra points.
Whatever my coaches ask me to do, I'm gonna get it done. It doesn't matter if I'm in the backfield, doesn't matter if I'm kicking off, doesn't matter if I'm kicking an extra point.
I was coaching in the Under Armour All-American game, and I was watching this kid come out there, he's running smooth routes, snagging the ball out the air with his hands, making big-time plays. And this is an 8th grade kid. He's coming up after every practice. What can I do better? How can I do this? And he would do it, he would practice it, he would apply it.
13th year, he ended up playing for Levi Vagana. Elijah Brown was our quarterback.
Right off the bat, they hit it off. On and off the field, they're inseparable. Jack, as a player and a person, the grind is real.
He got on the field and he started running some routes. And you could just see how explosive he was already at that age. His demeanor really kind of says a lot about him. He owns his space. You had an idea that he was definitely going to stand out.
And I sat down with Jack to choose an 8th grade team. I said, if you go play for the Ducks, I don't know how many balls you're going to catch. That team was loaded. He said, I want to play with guys who are going to make me become better.
So our 2019 team, a lot of people say it's probably the best youth football team in the history of youth football. 500 offers on that team. Jack's just great at doing the little things, and he does the dirty work. Jack is the guy that's gonna know the playbook. He's gonna outwork everybody. He's gonna be in the weight room before everybody's there. He's gonna make the block that springs the run. He's gonna impact the game so much more than just running routes and catching the ball. Like, he just does all the things that a lot of kids don't want to do now. And he makes big catches. I remember that year, I think he caught like 60, 70 balls. If he touched his head, he caught it.
Jack was a cornerstone of that team amongst amazing talent. They won the Battle National Championship, AYF Championship, FBU National Championship.
He just like our rival. They got up on us 13-0. We just couldn't get the offense rolling, and Jack made 2 big catches for us. He had a big 3rd and 20 and made a great catch. The other big factor was our kicker mentally kind of lost it, and Jack went in there not practicing, not nothing, and kicked 2 extra points for us to win that game. I think we ended up winning 14-13.
College coaches started to notice then that, hey, this kid's a 14U, but he has a special talent, and some offers started to come in then.
As long as I'm on the field, the game's not over. I knew people were watching me, so I knew things were gonna start heading to the next level. And I just had to keep getting better every day.
Size is great, all that stuff's great, but at the end of the day, I'm looking for specific characteristics in people that make them different. I look for guys that compete hard. I look for guys that would rather chew their arm off than lose. I need to get this guy, Jack Ressler.
Jack Ressler's right in that category of some of the outstanding players that we've had come through our program. That's saying a lot.
What I first saw in Jack, one was the commitment. As soon as he decided he wanted to go to Mater Day, he was calling me like crazy, I need to get ready for Mater Day.
Jack played varsity as a freshman at Mater Dei, which is really unheard of. The only guys I really know that have done that and actually played was Matt Grudegood. He's one of the best high school football players to ever play the game.
Jack does well as a sophomore. We win the national championship. He had an outstanding junior season.
Versus Santa Margarita, he caught a couple passes up through the middle, took a couple hits, stayed balanced, broke a couple plays. He's a very physical player.
Yes, sir, 8-8. He's going to have an unbelievable year this year and leave his mark on Mater Dei football.
Going into Jack's senior year, the expectations are high on Jack. We expect him to have a big year. We're going to be moving him around on the offensive side of things. He's going to be working a lot of different motion. He had a lot of input into what we wanted to do, along with Elijah and our offensive coordinator. You know, he's sneaky good at times, too. There's so many things that have happened over practices and games that I've seen that have kind of put me in awe. Literally fearless going across the middle. He's got great bounce. He's got great acceleration after the catch. He's hard to take down.
20 years I've been doing this. Hands-wise, he's right there with Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's probably about the best compliment I can give, and as a competitor, too.
Jack is very like St. Brown in that they love to work, they work hard, very dedicated, but very task-oriented.
The effort, the preparation, whatever school that Jack chooses, you know, they're going to get elite level talent every Saturday. You can count on Jack Ressler.
One of the best things about Jack is that he's just a very nurturing, caring player. He really does care about his teammates. He cares about his coaches. He's been a leader in the locker room. He's been a leader in the weight room. He's been leading on the field through spring.
A leader is definitely someone who is always there for his teammates, no matter what it is. It could be football related or it could not be football related. I would say you have to be accountable. You have to know right from wrong.
He's just a great kid. I think the sky's the limit for him.
He has set himself up for success and the opportunity to choose where he wants to go to school.
There's nothing better than seeing your child achieve things that they worked really hard for.
Life in 4 years. Dear self, I'm glad you're enjoying high school. I can see that football is doing great things for your family, also that you are making a name for yourself, representing your last name Ressler. Take your time with life, because life is amazing. I hope you're 6 foot or taller, but it's not about height, it's about heart. Although you're doing well now, you still have to make the most important decision in your young life, and that is which college you will be attending.
Jack Ressler said he is looking to announce his college commitment in early June. He has a top 5 of Boise State, Oregon, Penn State, and Arizona State.
Choosing a college is the one time in your life as an athlete that you have a choice.
So what's the right fit for Jack? It took time because he wanted to take time, and inevitably he has to decide.
But there was something in him that said, hey, I want to commit right now. So he got Mom on FaceTime.
I'm just looking forward to see where this all goes.
All this has led to my commitment. A commitment to a school I've been dreaming about ever since I was a little kid. I'm announcing my commitment too. University of Oregon.
He was on campus with Brandon Baker, with Aiden Breland this past weekend, and was talking about how his relationships with Oregon just keep getting better and better. Loves his relationship with Dan Lanning.
It was kind of a no-brainer for me as I started to think about it. I'm always gonna keep striving for greatness. I've always dreamed of playing for Oregon ever since I could remember.
Jack is capable of everything. He lives with intention. He doesn't hesitate, he manifests it, and he goes after it.
To see Ressler on Jack's jersey, it means a lot to me for a lot of reasons. He wants that name to mean something. That's who Jack is.
I've always played on the biggest stage all my life. I've never shied away from it. I'm gonna bet on myself.
Yeah.